We're based in Brazil, but we have subsidiaries around the world. In our business, we have a lot of red lines and negotiations. So we didn't have really a clause library or a database. And we have a single master template, as every company does. However, the negotiations, they tend to follow, how can I say it? It's very common to see some clauses that are always negotiated. And upon a request, what we usually did in the past was to raise our hand, who did this, who did that, can you give me some examples? Then we would search in the network, see who did a clause like that. And right now, no. Right now, we simply use Word. We search for the clause that we can see the reference, the agreement that was negotiated, who negotiated it, who was the law firm, which was the customer, and simply replicate that same negotiated clause in a new agreement, closing deals much faster with Aptus. And another case that is very interesting is that, well, we have a very broad legal department, and sometimes we would send an agreement to them. They would say, hey, we just did this 2 weeks ago. Why didn't you use the negotiated clause? And we had no clue of that because we generate a lot of agreements on a daily basis. But now, leveraging the clause library and the clause database, it's really enabling us to get back to the customer much faster. We have several types of agreements. We have proposals, letter of intents, purchase agreements, NDAs, and all of them are generated by Aptus. In the past, we used to take like 2.5 hours to manually edit a template, a boiler template. And now, since it is integrated with our products database, it's literally next finish, and all of the work that our contracts team were taking, I would say the man hours that we were taking to generate these contracts, now they can focus on the negotiations and new deals. We're using Aptus since 2012. That's the year that we also purchased and acquired Salesforce.com. It was a great change for us. Now Aptus is the source of truth for every contract information that we have in the company. One thing that really made Embraer very happy with Aptus is that the first template was out within 40 days. And our sales team, they got trained in 1 day. So because really to train them was really to show, hey, here's a new link, here's a new object, you're gonna press this button, and that's all. It's just a submit request button. And they were very happy with that, especially because it works in their iPads and iPhones, because literally these guys, they don't use laptops anymore. Another very important point for us during the development phase was the user interface. That was a huge point because it needs to be easy to the sales team. They don't need, our goal actually is not to train them. It needs to be easy. They only need to see what they really need to see. So no additional fields, nothing. And we leverage Visualforce to do that. And now we have different views. So the sales team, they have their own view. The contracts team have their own view. And other departments, they have their own view as well. To implement Aptus, it was really just myself and the PS team. It was, again, really fast. What I needed to show them was just how our business works, and that we needed to have the ability to change anything if we wanted to, because we have a lot of unique processes, and this in leveraging Aptus, again, it was the right way to go. The PS team understood how our process works. We use a lot of lean management tools, Kaizen tools, so everything was really mapped out already. It was easy for them to understand, and one thing that helped us a lot as well is their experience. Because I not only showed them how our process works, but I also asked them to identify any gaps and share with me any improvement opportunities that they could find as well. So in the past, we used to take 2.5 hours to generate one agreement because we have the boiler template from our legal department, and it takes time to customize it because if each airplane has a lot of different optional equipment and interior and exterior, so it was a very manual process. And right now, the contracts team, they don't need to edit anything manually anymore. It's all generated by Aptus, and it literally takes usually 18 seconds to generate each agreement. And also our sales representatives, sales managers and directors, they have the ability to generate letter of intents by themselves. So now our sales managers and directors, they have the ability to generate templates by themselves, which gets us to get to our customers much faster. And our contracts team doesn't need to be called anymore if it is a simple letter of intent. They can generate it by themselves using their iPads on the fly in the business show. What is exciting for me working with Aptus is the community, the culture, the behavior. It's very, very good. Everything wants to help me. I had a case, a very special case that I wanted to share, which is bring images into the agreements. When we first purchased the product, we didn't have that ability. And for our business, it's important to pull out images from the product database into the agreement, like the interior image of the airplane and the exterior image of the airplane. So what I did was I opened a case, and the customer support team, I believe they interviewed another customers, and literally 3 months later we had that feature available. So this is something that made us very happy, is that Aptus listens to their customers.